Have you not been keeping up with the current Classroom of the Elite news? Well, second year volume 9.5 will be released on June 23, 2023, and recently there has been a lot of new information regarding it that you may or may not know. So here's a short recap of all the information of second year volume 9.5 that has been released till now. Firstly, for the cover of the volume, a silhouette was released, which, if I'm being serious, there was no point to it, like we can all see who the character is. Anyways, after some time they finally revealed that the character on the cover is Arisu Sakayanagi. I mean, what a surprise, who could have thought it was her? Keeping that aside, we got the crumbs of the color illustration, which happened, by the way, for the first time. Otherwise, we usually just get the full color illustrations instead of these small crumbs, but hey, no complaining. And the first one seemed like Ichinose trying to take a selfie, and the second one was Sheena Kochi, which means at last we are getting some good Sheena content. And it didn't took them long to reveal the full versions. Firstly, the Ichinose one. So in the full illustration, we can see that she is with Sheena Kochi, and well, they are standing pretty close. So what's this selfie for? I would say, knowing her intention, she would probably send it to Karuizawa or maybe set it as a wallpaper, who knows. But pretty interesting that she has started her moves against Kei Karuizawa. And the fact that Sheena Kochi allowed her to take this pic might mean that we are heading towards a breakup phase. I mean, it's probably hard for some of you to swallow, but the truth is that this possibility is seeming more and more likely with every new volume. And honestly, it might turn out to be a good thing for both Kei and Sheena Kochi. We will see what happens. Now on to the next, we have the Sheena one, which is simple. She's here with Sheena Kochi because it's Sheena Kochi's point of view, so probably a good interaction between them. They are like reading buddies, they always get along, so I am looking forward to their interaction. And you know, with this, there were also some side illustrations that were released, like this new illustration with Nanase and Ichinose. It absolutely doesn't have anything to do with the story, but just an illustration. And yes, you are right, the art style is different here, but it looks good nonetheless. And then there was also another illustration which again doesn't have anything to do with the story. Or perhaps, does it? No, I'm kidding. It's this Kei and Ichinose one. Now back to the track 2 volume 9.5, we have another info, that is that this volume we will have a short story of Yamamura. Yes, the girl from Sakayanagi's class and from second year volume 8. What is it gonna be about? Something related to Sheena Kochi or Sakayanagi, or perhaps Tokito? Maybe this volume will focus a bit on Sakayanagi's class since she's on the cover and all, so look forward to it. And other than her, we will have 3 more short stories. The next one is from Arisu Sakayanagi. Obviously, she is the main focus of this volume. And then there would be a short story from Kamuro. Pretty interesting choice, right? So 3 short stories and all of them from class A. And the last one will be from Sheena Kochi, probably of the time when she will meet Sheena Kochi. Looking forward to them all. And as usual, we also got the synopsis of this volume, which starts with a dialogue, "Merry Christmas, Santa's here." So this is a dialogue that will be said by a character in this volume. And since most of the volume is from Sheena Kochi's point of view, that means Sheena Kochi will be present in a kind of a Christmas party, I'm guessing. It looks like that's all there is to it for this dialogue. And moving on, then there is the info that Kei Karuizawa is down with the flu, and her promise for getting the gift from Sheena Kochi was ruined in turn, and now Sheena Kochi will be spending his time without her. That's pretty convenient for Ichinose, and from the next dialogue it seems like he will not be alone. So here are 3 dialogues, and the next line after it says that the calls from all the 3 leaders were non-stop. So keeping this line in mind, it's pretty obvious that these dialogues belong to each of the 3 leaders. Now let's identify them. The one with the permission to come to Sheena Kochi's room seems like it's obviously Sakayanagi, since she said that she would do that in the previous volume. And then the first one asking what is he doing gotta be Ichinose. She's asking what his plans are, and she's saying Ayana Koji-kun, and if it was Roen, then he would just say Ayana Koji. So it's gotta be Ichinose since we have already found the Sakayanagi one. And that leaves the last dialogue, which is Roen, and the way it's phrased, it looks like Roen is saying it. Like, not even asking, he's just saying it and giving the location. Yeah, that's definitely something Roen would do. And I know you might be wondering if there is a chance that it's Sheena, because from the illustration it looks like she and Ayana Koji were together, and maybe when it says the leader of the class, maybe they mean Sheena Hyori. Well, I would not say so. I mean, there's a chance, but that's unlikely. Moving on, then comes the info that I was most excited for. It seems like finally everyone is starting to question Ayana Koji's existence. Glad they're on to it. This will make things interesting when he finally changes classes in the future. And the person saying this dialogue could be anyone from the class, but the one that came to my mind was Chiaki Matsushita. I don't know, she seemed like the type who would start a discussion like that. I mean, she has been harboring some doubts about him for a long time, and she does have info to credit her doubts. So it seems she might be the one saying it, although it's just a guess. And that's the info that has been given to us by this synopsis. And let me know your thoughts on it. And wait, normally that would have been it for the official announcements for the volume. But this time around, they added something new. We got some crumbs of black and white illustrations. Yes, normally we would not receive them officially and those illustrations would just get leaked. But this time around we got some crumbs and let's have a look at them. First one is of Chihiro. Does that ring a bell? Well, she's from Ichinose's class, and at first I thought why would she get an illustration? But I guess it makes sense since she had a crush on Ichinose and now Ichinose is actively going for Ayana Koji. So maybe she comes into play somehow. We will see if something like that happens, and by the way, we don't have the full illustration, so maybe there are more characters in the illustration. And that also goes for the next one, Roen eating a burger. I assume it's when he's hanging out with Ayana Koji at the Kyaki Mall. And that's it for the black and white illustrations as of yet. Only these two have been released, but there's also one more illustration, if I may, and this is the colored one. In my last video before the synopsis, I discussed the first colored illustration that was revealed, this Sakayanagi one. And turns out one more was released which is almost similar, just the time is different. One is early morning and the other is late night. Now assuming she's meeting Ayana Koji, which she definitely is with that expression on her face, so that means they are going to meet 2 times at the same place for discussing something very important. So yes, if there's any confusion, that let me confirm to you again that these two are separate illustrations for the volume, meaning these two events will happen in the volume separately, which again means that Sakayanagi will be a major focus for this volume. She got the cover and 2 color illustrations. Yep, definitely important. And that is it for the latest updated information on Classroom of the Elite Second Year Volume 9.5. So do subscribe for the fan translation of this volume and more content of Code. Let me know what you think about all of it in the comments down below. So like, do you think I should do these update videos on Code more often? Let me know and I will see you all in the next one.